I'm Catherine Anaya. Welcome to MHG TV. In this episode of My Community, another powerful example of how community and philanthropy is valued at My Home Group. Our co-founder, Jereme Kleven, sits on the board of directors for MakeAWish Arizona. His support and the support of My Home Group makes it possible for more than 400 children in Arizona battling critical illness to experience the life-changing power of a wish.
Our neurologist, knowing that we have 3 kids now with a neurodegenerative rare disease, referred us to MakeAWish.
You've probably heard of MakeAWish, a nonprofit organization that creates life-changing wishes for children with a critical illness. What you may not know is that the very first wish was granted right here in Arizona to a little boy named Chris.
The first wish ever was a boy who wanted to be a police officer, so I wished to be. And Chris was 7 years old, and he had leukemia, and when this was in 1980, so the biggest show on television was Chips, and he wanted to be a motorcycle cop like Eric Estrada, and some of his mom's friends knew that Chris was not going to grow up to be a police officer. He was not going to survive his illness, and so they gave him an amazing day through the Department of Public Safety here in Arizona, and he just he got to fly in a helicopter, and he got to do his little toy motorcycle, and he got to get his wish granted. And he died 4 days later.
That was 39 years ago. The power of Chris's wish remains so impactful, those volunteers decided to form MakeAWish, with Arizona being its founding chapter. This is the Parsons Wish House in Scottsdale, where the magic of MakeAWish Arizona comes to life.
It's very special. It is a place that celebrates our past and looks forward to the future. And we also try and tell the story through some of the words that are on our walls and some of the data that's on our walls about why wishes are important. Because I think sometimes people just think, oh, we're doing a nice thing for sick children. But the truth is what we're doing is an important thing for sick children, because there's good research and there's good data that says the entire wish process has a very positive impact on a child's journey through their illness. And also, it reduces the number of times they visit the emergency room and the doctor's visits, and it makes them more compliant with their protocols. So not only is it their emotional and spiritual health, it's absolutely their physical health.
I thought about that when I got the call, and I was just kind of in shock. And I was even more in shock when she said we want to grant not just our family a wish, but each one of our kids. And I just thought that was really amazing.
The power of a wish is real, none of which could take place without donations that are driven in large part by a very active and involved board of directors.
Our board of directors is the reason that we are able to grant 405 wishes this year. Because
Elizabeth Reich is the CEO of MakeAWish Arizona. One of those MakeAWish Arizona board of directors she's referring to is My Home Group co-founder Jereme Kleven.
Watching the looks on these kids' faces, watching the impact that we're having on them, and helping them forget what is going on around them sometimes is a special thing. So once again, I'm so humbled and grateful to be a part of it.
Our board of directors is out in the community. They're being advocates for us. They are asking people to support us, and they're ambassadors for us, all 30 of you. And Jereme, as somebody with such a broad audience, really is able to spread the word about MakeAWish Arizona to an audience we didn't have before.
Community is very important to the culture at My Home Group. Jereme's involvement in MakeAWish Arizona offers him the opportunity to have a bigger voice and impact in making wishes come true for children who need it most.
The power of the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, or something to look forward to and have some hope for, I think is beginning to become a more important component to that healing process. And these kids, we're seeing it. We're seeing them grasp onto that and get excited and have, like I said, something to look forward to. And then in most cases, a lot of the children that we're affecting become well.
We hear from kids all the time, former wish kids who are now adults, that the wish was really the turning point in their fight against their illness, that it gave them something to look forward to. It gave them a reason to have that one last chemo treatment or 10 last chemo treatments, because they knew that at the end their wish was waiting for them and their wish is really important to them.
Caroline's Make-A-Wish is to be a race car driver since she was really little. you'd ask her what she wanted to be when she grew up, and she would want to be a race car driver. We don't totally know where that came from. She's just always been that kid that likes to go fast. We'd have to push her fast in the grocery carts, in her wheelchairs. Everything had to be fast.
I think I'm gonna invite people over, like my friends and my cousins and my brothers and sisters.
There are 4 main types of wishes. I wish to be, like that first wish Chris had of wanting to be a police officer. I wish to have, which could be a shopping spree or a new bedroom. I wish to meet, which might involve meeting a celebrity or someone of importance to the child. And I wish to go.
The most popular wish is I wish to go. And these kids want to go maybe on a vacation to someplace that they've always dreamed about going.
One other type of wish, though, has started popping up.
And then through the years, we've had amazing wish kids who've added a 5th type, which is I wish to give. And they give their wishes to other people or to a cause. They find some way to give their wish to somebody that they feel needs it more than they do.
Reich says MakeAWish grants 17,000 wishes each year in the U.S. This past year, 405 of them were granted here in Arizona. What does a typical wish cost?
Sure, the average cost is $10,000. That is about 50% cash and about 50% in kind.
That's where people like Jereme play such a critical role in how many wishes MakeAWish Arizona is able to provide by bringing awareness to why wishes are important and what people can do to help grant them.
Because the only way wishes get granted is because people donate money to us. We don't have any other source of funding other than the kindness of individuals, foundations, and corporations who choose to support wishes through their donations.
My heart just explodes out of my body. I just feel so much gratitude, and again, I'm just so thankful to be a part of the organization and to have the impact that I do. I always want to be doing more. I hope everybody out there could be wanting to do more, because again, these are the kids of our community, the kids that need it the most.
It's pretty traumatic for children as they look back on all that they go through their diagnosis and treatment. And when they have this oasis in the middle of it of joy and hope and strength, that's something they can concentrate on instead of the negatives that they dealt with during the process.
Kind of unified our family rather than splitting it up and segregating it, which happens a lot in the world. They help to unify our family, which is what I strive to do all the time. So I thank MakeAWish for that. And it was neat to see what, besides what us as parents want for our kids, what our kids wanted for themselves. And it wasn't therapies and doctor's appointments and being self-contained at school. It was being like other kids and having what other kids have.
That's the impact Jereme, for one, is grateful to help provide.
I'm thankful to have that reach and a little bit of a voice, and hopefully folks can hear that and would love to jump on board with us.
If you'd like to help grant life-changing wishes to Arizona children battling critical illnesses, you can learn how to get involved and to make a donation at the MakeAWish Arizona website, arizona.wish.org. And remember, you can subscribe to MHG TV at mhgtv.com. I'm Anaya. Thanks for watching MHG TV. I'll see you next time.